I'm Ariel Torres, CEO and co-founder at Pipeline Organics Limited. We're an early-stage cleantech startup looking to generate clean, reliable, renewable electricity with our higher efficiency enzymatic biofuel cell technology. And we're a team of 4 co-founders. We met during our PhDs at the University of Nottingham, and we've got myself, Eric, our CTO, Andy, our COO, and Kayvan, our scientific officer at DSO. So our innovation simply is a biofuel cell technology. What it really is striving to do is essentially take wastewater and the waste in it and convert that to clean, reliable, renewable electricity. So the inspiration for the idea actually came from my co-founder's PhD research. It's sort of very similar work in sort of looking at 3D printed enzymatic biofuel cells at its fundamental core. But what we've done is we've actually extracted the fundamental science and are now looking to apply it at a macro scale to industry and to essentially achieve large enough energy densities to actually meet the demands of those customers. And so yeah, we were able to come up with the idea and develop it further through a competition called the Young Entrepreneur Scheme, which is something we took part in alongside our PhD research. And we were lucky to win that actually in April 2021, and that gave us a small cash prize to get started. So I guess it covers obviously environmental benefits. In our case, we're essentially providing a solution that generates energy that is completely clean, so no carbon emissions or other greenhouse gas emissions. So for example, a full-scale unit we expect to be able to offset in just a single year 396 tonnes of CO2 equivalent emissions. That's sort of environmentally a huge impact at the moment. We know climate change is an issue that needs addressing ASAP. From a societal perspective, we hope that by enabling industry customers to operate at a lower sort of cost, so in our case we're offsetting any energy bills that might incur through the national grid. We're basically making them self-sufficient and generating electricity in-house, and by doing that we're hoping that the costs will reduce and therefore that will have a knock-on effect to the consumer. So think of when you're paying a water bill, ideally that would have a sort of impact for the rest of society, and then obviously economically I think it's quite clear having more startups in the space innovating in the UK is always going to create jobs, especially within manufacturing like our own. Yeah, this is my favourite part. I like talking about what's to come. So at the moment, on the technical side, our steps are to essentially iterate further in the lab, scale our prototype to the point where it is robust and large enough to start actually generating electricity in situ. So that essentially the intention is to develop a minimum viable product that can be applied in a pilot study. So validate it and get a little bit closer to TRL5. At the moment, I'd say we're on a soft TRL4. For context, however, in order to do that, we come onto the commercial side, which is where the big sort of thing that we're doing at the moment is raising investment and seeking further grant funding. We've been quite fortunate to get 1 Innovate UK grant so far, and now we're on the hunt for more. And then alongside that as well, we're raising a pre-seed round of up to £500,000, hoping to get that by early next year. Yes, I guess that the importance of gaining these skills alongside our technical background in engineering and science, I guess it touches on quite a soft spot for me. I do feel that there are so many amazing ideas out there with so many capable people who have the expertise to do something with it. But sometimes there's that lack of commercial awareness or even just understanding, I guess, the things that you need to do, like a box ticking exercise a little bit, like financial models, business case, pitch deck. These are things you need to have in order to get the support you need to get to the next stage and take it further. And so I think it's really important, at the very least, to be aware of what they are, those steps, so that if you do have an amazing idea and you want to overcome these sort of natural barriers that can stop you from taking it further, at least you know how to go about it. And so really important. Incredibly validating and a huge confidence boost. And I mean, of course, we've got to start thinking as well, like, what are we going to do with that extra prize money? We weren't expecting to win 2 awards, and we were hoping for 1. And so yeah, now it's relief, it's excitement for what we can do with it. So
Well, we've got a few conservative ideas and one crazy one. It's a bit of a risky move. The conservative ones really are getting that PC that we need for the lab, the old gaming computers, just about packed up. So something very simple just to allow us to operate in the lab. Also paying off some patenting costs. And then finally, I think this extra bit of money will allow us to make some bold moves when raising investment and remove some of the barriers with, like, for example, getting to access to them. So we'll see what we can do with it. I'm holding my breath, I think. I didn't realize, I realized it afterward, like, I was actually not breathing. So I think, again, it was shock at first, and then it was genuinely relief. It's nice to know that all the hard work, not only the last few years, but also just the last 36 hours has been so intense since we started yesterday at 8. And all of that's paid off now. So it's really, really quite relieving, actually. So a confidence booster, definitely.